Hello, I am back with one more video, and this time I'm going to talk about this very interesting piece of puzzle, which we all know it is Rubik's Cube. So, the interesting part of this video is that I solved this puzzle in less than a week. I solved it in around 4.5 and 5 days, and it was the third week of January. And I really just want to share and discuss my experience solving this puzzle. As you all know that this puzzle, it is a 3 by 3 standard Rubik's cube, and well, it's quite old because I bought a very simple Rubik's cube. I did not buy that fancy and costly one. This is just the basic Rubik's cube, the least expensive available in the market. And well, if we talk about some facts about this Rubik's cube, we all know that this cube has got more than 1 billion possibilities, and even more than that I have read on internet. And we all know that this is another fact about this is that only 3-4% people in the world have been able to solve this Rubik's cube. And the reason many websites cite is that it is quite mathematical, and there are so many permutations, combinations, algorithms, and all these things. So yes, I will share with you that how I got succeeded in solving this puzzle in just 4-5 days, and what helped me. But yes, according to internet, there are more than 1 billion possibilities, and only 3 or 4% people in the world could have solved it. And yes, it was made by an inventor who was from Hungary, and it got quite famous during 60s and 70s, and it is still a wonderful puzzle to solve. And yes, a little bit of maths is involved. So let's start. And by the end of this video, I'm going to solve this Rubik's cube in front of you. I have already scrambled it, and I have scrambled it well, making sure that not all the three pieces are together anywhere, right? So I'm going to solve it by the end of this video. Now let's talk about what are the things which helped me to solve this in just 4-5 days, because I have known people who have taken so much more time solving this puzzle. So the reason is, first of all, yes, before solving it, I think there must be a little bit of love for the numbers, calculations, or starting from basic maths problems to go a little bit more higher. Not I'm not talking about we have to go for the square root or cube, etc., but just normal maths problem, which involve little bit of logic, and you see some pattern in the numbers, some combinations, or some permutations. So just the power of observing the pattern in any equation, and just solving it without using pen or pencil, just solving it in your mind. And I think they call it brain maths, something like this. People still do practice this brain math a lot these days. So yes, first step was I started loving numbers, because that that experience and that perspective has helped me understand that we have to just look it as not as a puzzle, as a difficult puzzle, but just uh, something which has got a 360-degree view, and just to see where goes what goes where, etc., etc. So yes, the first step is to get familiar with simple maths. No cubes, no cube root, no square root, etc., etc. Just simple math, but yes, the higher level of simple maths, right? Where there are multiple calculations, there are numbers. You have to, where we have to identify a certain pattern in the equation, etc., etc. Right? So that was the first thing which worked for me. I solved. I actually, I actually don't love. I did not used to love maths, but now I do. I do a lot. Now it doesn't frighten me anymore. And yes, I did. This was the first step. I did lots of equations, brain maths questions. Random. I solved random puzzles on internet, and yeah, a lot of puzzles were solved before I started with the cube. That's what I read on YouTube, and I heard people suggesting that start with maths. And second thing was, I started imagining the cube in a 360-degree way. For example, I am a butterfly, and in my mind, I'm just taking turns understanding the 360 degree view of the cube. That if I move this piece, where's the other piece going to move, and something like this. And for this, I also watched videos. I went to so many websites, just to have a normal 360-degree view of the cube. So yes, that is the second thing which worked for me. And third and the last point which really worked for me was that I was really into this cube for that whole week. That was the third week of uh, January 2022. I'm, yes, talking about this year. And for those 4 5 days, I was just thinking about this cube. My mind had this particular kind of a itch to solve it, and I was just wondering how to do it, because there are more than 1 billion ways, and every cuber, or the one who solves this cube, has their own way to solve it. So you have to find your own way, because there are so many ways in which this cube can be solved, because there are so many permutations, right? You might have heard about these words while solving the cube: permutations, combinations, and algorithms, etc. So yes, you have to spend a little time with this cube. And yes, that is the third point, that you really have to fall in love with this cube, this kind of a cosmic puzzle, or you can say supernatural puzzle, whatever you want to say. Because yes, so many people, I have seen so many people trying from so many days, so many weeks and months, and they couldn't figure out, because the simple reason is there are so many possibilities to solve this. But I think that's a good news also, that if there are 1 billion, even more than that, possibilities, so yes, I think um, we can find a way to reach the stage where we can solve it. Okay, so these were the three simple things which I followed. I started with basic maths, I went towards the toughest of the puzzles, and without picking the pen, I started solving them. I tried solving them in my mind. So I kind of programmed my mind to a puzzle, a puzzle solver. And the second is, yes, I imagined 360-degree view of this cube. I watched videos, that animated videos, that how if we move this piece, where does that another piece go, and etc., etc. And third one is, yes, I just spent those days dreaming about Rubik's cube. I was just, in my dreams, even for 1 or 2 days, I slept with this Rubik cube. I mean, it was right next to my pillow. So, yes, I literally indulged in this cube solving, because I have read about it so many things that people are saying it's impossible, only 3-4% have solved it, etc., etc. So this kind of scared me a bit, but yes, slowly, I found it quite interesting. I took it as a challenge, and frankly speaking, those who know me very well, they know that I have never been a lover of mathematics, but now it has changed. Yes, now there is no problem. I can, and at least I don't hesitate to try any new equation, right? So yes, these were the points. So that was the third week of January, quite special one. I mean, I will remember it. And now let's start doing. Let's solve this Rubik cube. I will solve in front of you. So, since I said there are so many other ways to solve it, and yes, everyone has a different way, and you never know, because you have something in a method in your mind, and when it doesn't goes like this, then you might have to change the pattern of permutation or combination, right? So, yes, without further ado, let's solve this, okay? So, all right, let's start. So my method, you can see, I start from this yellow center. All right, so what I do is I first make this the cross, but the center is yellow. Okay, now I match it with the main, the center color, and then I rotate. Match it with green, then I rotate. Match it with red, then I rotate. The last one is blue, match it with the blue, the centerpiece, and then I rotate. So now my white plus is complete. Don't worry about this one, we'll do it later, right? Then after that, all right, let's do the pieces. We are going layer by layer, right? There are so many other ways also, but I do it layer by layer, right? So let's do it. I'm so sorry. This cube is not as attractive as the other cubes you might have seen, because frankly speaking, I didn't want to spend so much of money on those fancy nice cubes, because I was not sure if I'm really going to solve them. But yes, so that's why this cube is little hard to do, but that's okay. Okay, so right, so we have done the first layer, and now let's move to the second one. All right, I think yes. All right, so see, we have done the two layers, right? Now let's move to the top layer. And for top layer, we again need that plus first of all. I mean, that's the way I do it. Okay, yes, we got the horizontal line. All right, we got the yellow plus, right? And now let's first of all match these pieces with the center ones. So they should match like this, but this is not matching. So let's do it first. Okay, yes. So see, we have matched the center pieces just like we did with the white one, right? This one. Now let's talk about the these corner pieces. So let's do it. Make sure that there is one yellow here for the upper layer, and then the two colors which are there, right? So let's try to do it. So yes, you see we have just solved the one, but rest of them are almost solved. Why? Because we have got yellow for the upper layer, but two corresponding colors also are there. They are not solved, but yes, they are there. And same is like here, red and blue, then we have got red and green, and then blue and orange. So now we are going to just make sure it's upside down. Okay, and now we start from this. See, we have to solve three pieces. Now let's do this. All right, so see, the cube is solved. Okay, so there are so many other ways also, and yes, you can try it. If you need any help, you can leave in the comments, or if you have my contact details, you can please leave me a message and I'll be glad to help you. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you liked this video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe if you can. Thank you so much for your time.